wanted to just say this real quick. I don't know everything, and I know that God can use all things to, cut the hearts of people to understand who He is and to yield to truth. But this keeps coming up. This is a concern that I've been listening to from individuals when they describe Christianity and what it means to be in a relationship with God. And it even reminds me of my upbringing as a Christian. And my upbringing as a Christian was like fire and brimstone type of teaching. And it was a very it presented God in a way where He was very forceful, very angry, and very vengeful, and just a very hard and harsh God. And although I know that God is an array of things, He's a big God. We really can't understand or comprehend the mind of Him, or even just the full capacity of who He is. He has a multi-layered, personality, and he has a lot of his different natures. You know what I'm saying? But what I didn't receive was a full balance of His nature. I saw God in a one-dimensional way, which was anger, wrath, vengeful, more of that side of Him. But I wasn't necessarily, I didn't necessarily see the patience of God presented a lot, or Father, caretaker, helper, understanding, compassionate. You can trust Him, friend. How much He loves me. I didn't really get that, growing up until my adulthood. And so, as I'm listening to other people who may not believe, or as I'm listening to some people who may believe, but they've strayed away from the fellowship. One of the common denominator that I'm hearing is that the same thing that I went through is there's this forceful thing that I have to do this, have to do that, and there's not enough. There's this missing link of relationship. And so what I want to encourage us in the faith who have answered the call to preach the gospel and share the gospel and whatnot. I know that each and every one of us has our own path and our own purpose and our own way that God will use us. But I do want to encourage people to, give a broader view of who God can be and who He is. And a lot of that will come by having a relationship with God yourself. I feel like there's a lot of servants of God, but not a lot of us. I wouldn't say not a lot of us. I'll say this. I feel like we're still struggling with being a servant of God versus just resting in being a child of God. And I think that resonates in how we preach the Lord as well. And so when you're a child of God, you operate and you speak, and there's a different type of way that you are, because you know who you belong to. But when you act like a servant of God, you act more like a soldier. Like boom, boom, boom. You're very like you're very what do you call it? I can't think of the word. But sometimes sometimes, and I'm not saying that isn't necessary or needed, but what I am saying is that there are a lot of people out here who really want a relationship with God. They really want a relationship with the Lord. And so I'm hearing the concerns of individuals and how we portray how we portray God, our God, the one and true living God. And what I'm hearing is that people want a relationship with God. They don't want a bunch of rules. You know what I'm saying? They want a relationship. They want to relate to Him. And it's hard to relate to somebody who you feel like is more so concerned about doing a laundry list of things just so that you can have a relationship with Him versus receiving someone who just simply wants you, regardless of the long laundry list that we give people in order to have a relationship with God. And so that's what I want to encourage you guys to do is, and the great thing that I can say is that I have seen more people in the faith, especially my generation. We are more proponents of relationship. I've seen that, which is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to encourage you guys more to push relationship, because relationship supersedes any type of our understanding of what living right looks like. And I think that a lot of us are so concerned with living right and honoring God that we just forget to just be and just bask in the beauty of what relationship can do and how relationship can override any list of rules that you will ever receive in a book. The rules are beneficial for your maturation in the faith, but relationship is what will help you to gel all of that together the right way. So I hope that made sense. And don't forget about my lookbook. Okay, it's coming out, y'all. Okay, and love y'all.